Hello Aquarius, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. Okay? If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a Four of Swords, good place to start. This is getting centered, right? This is collecting yourself, gathering your thoughts. This is maybe some meditation, maybe some breath work. Is this the calm that we try to, the tranquility that we try to invoke before we go into a difficult situation? Could be. Let's put it into some context. Let's see what we've got going on there. The Ten of Cups, Ten of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Two of Cups. Okay. I think there is a difficult discussion that you're about to enter into. The Four of Swords to me is that kind of tranquility that we're trying to take a deep breath, and then we've got to walk into the room. Then we're going to walk into this kind of rather overwhelming situation. But we are working for something good. We are trying to repair something, fix something, build something, heal. Okay? And we've got this fire energy here at the end. It is something that it's a difficult thing that you're trying to do, and it might be difficult because it has such kind of tremendous implications, right? The Two of Cups here in the future, you're doing this for love, right? And maybe this is you really kind of pouring your heart out about something, or having this difficult discussion. Now it could be that you're breaking up with someone, right? Let's not jump to conclusions. Let's select the mystery card. Bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot that we will just set down over here. We're going to put Alien Simon Mark Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation at the end of the reading. But if at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction down in the comments. All right? Let's do it together. Let's make it a group effort in intuition. Okay. Right. The only major arcana is this World or Universe card. This card could be talking about completion, about something kind of being wrapped up, something that's kind of maybe coming to an end. Okay. We've got fire and fire over here, fire up here. We got water, water. We got air. We got earth. Pretty balanced. But it feels quite heavy in these tens right here, right? The Ten of Cups and the Ten of Swords. It is an overwhelming emotional situation for you right now. Something's heavy. Something's really heavy. And I feel like with the Four of Swords, we're trying to kind of gain our composure. We're trying to not overreact. Now, maybe somebody is broken up with you. Maybe you're kind of having to have that conversation with someone. It kind of feels like you're doing the difficult thing. You know it's for the best, but it seems to be difficult, and it's very overwhelming, and it's I feel like you're right on the edge of just kind of all this emotion pouring out of you, right? So we're trying to collect ourselves. We're trying to focus on our breath, focus on our breathing. I think you're somebody that doesn't really like confrontation. Yeah. You don't want to upset people. You don't want to give people the bad news, So I feel like this is difficult for you. Now, this might not be romantic. We look at some of these cards and we think, well, maybe someone's breaking up with someone here. This could also be like you're putting in your resignation at your job. This could be that you're kind of telling your family that you're not coming to the holiday party, This is kind of it's that bad news that you have to give someone, but it's for the best. And it really is ultimately because of love, and it's for healing that you have to do this, okay? But you don't like confrontation. You don't like those kinds of conversations. You don't want to disappoint people. You don't want to upset people, yeah? At the same time, you know what you need to do for your own healing. Here's the Three of Pentacles. You understand the process of creation on the physical plane. You know what it is that your life needs in order for you to experience love, for you to heal, for you to have this sense of wholeness and balance and completion. You know what you need. You also know what you have to kind of let go of and what you have to perhaps put an end to. Okay? It's not an easy one. Not an easy one. But the 10 is kind of saying that, there's a lot of emotions here. And it could be that this is a situation that is just, it's too overwhelming for you. And in order for you to heal and to move on, you need to you need something lighter, I feel like the 10 of Cups here is just too much water. Yeah, we're too full right now. And so I feel that there is some movement that is necessary. And we kind of see that balance with the fire cards over here, right? Water, water, fire, fire. We've got earth, earth here too. So it's kind of as if the situation you're in, it's not a bad situation. There's nothing terrible going on, but I feel like it's limiting. I feel like it's just too heavy on you, that it's not allowing you freedom. It's not allowing you creativity or expression or innovation or any kind of like spontaneity, right? Up above everything, we've got the Eight of Wands. And just looking at that card, that's what we aspire to. We want to be free to go in every direction that we possibly could think of, This is a lot of creative freedom. And I think that this is what we can't find right now because we're here. And this doesn't mean that we want to go do a million different things, but we want the freedom to go wherever our spirit takes us. Yeah. So it's kind of that conversation where it's, it's not like you're leaving this job because you have another job that you're already, that you already want to go hook up with, right? But you want the freedom to explore anything. It's not about having something in mind already that you're going to commit to again, but you want that openness. You want to be able to experiment and explore. You want to try your hand in many different forms of creativity before you really, settle on that one path. Yeah. So this really is about possibilities. This is the freedom to explore in many different directions. And if you're not allowed this, if you don't allow this for yourself, or if you're in a situation that is kind of stifling or smothering that creativity, this becomes anxiety. This becomes an urgency. This becomes, really becomes a Knight of Wands here, fire on fire. It becomes this building up of pressure that eventually is just going to be released, a tower moment, or this kind of impulsive behavior of the Knight of Wands. So if we don't allow ourselves this creative freedom, and it could be talking about a career, a job situation, it could be talking about relationships, that you want the freedom to explore connections with other people, just in general, right? Not a particular person, but you want the freedom to explore your experience, yeah. And that's the Eight of Wands, the freedom to kind of to see what's over the rainbow, to see what's out there, to see what it is that you like, see what it is that you want, right? And again, could be romantic. This could be in terms of your creativity, could be in terms of your job, your career. Maybe it's school, maybe it's university, it's your education, right? It could be all of these things. But I think that there is this difficult situation now where we've got to maybe have this conversation before this fire energy builds up so strong that it ends up being too disruptive, that it breaks through in a tower moment or in something impulsive and causes some collateral damage that we don't really want to inflict. So down beneath everything is the Ten of Swords, and this is kind of the dismantling of this this system that you're in right now. And I think it's under the surface here because in some way you feel maybe a little bit like, I don't know, not guilt. I don't like even talking about guilt, but a little bit of this feeling that you're kind of you're ruining a good thing, right? That you have something like a Ten of Cups, and here you are kind of tearing the whole thing down. Right? Why would you do that? You're doing it because it is right for you. And it's not to say that there's anything inherently wrong in the situation. Maybe it's you have a perfectly good job now. Why would you throw it away? Right? Well, yeah, you're not judging the job. It's just not what your soul needs right now. I'm not saying anything bad about the company, but it's not what is right for you at this moment. Okay? And that's a kind of a difficult thing, and that's something that other people aren't necessarily going to understand. Okay? And that's why I think that you're really preparing yourself for this difficult conversation. Because it's a no-win conversation. There's no way that you're going to be able to accurately portray your thoughts and feelings to the other party, whether it's a relationship, a person, if it's a company or whatever, HR, you're going to have to be okay with them thinking that you're making really just a bad move, and that's okay. It's not your job to convince them. You understand what you have to do for yourself. Okay? And what you're doing is choosing the path of love, self-love, primarily, first and foremost. Radical self-love, radical self-acceptance, doing what you need to do in order to become who you're meant to be. Maybe you have to go and find your way, find your rainbow, find your pot of gold. Find yourself, find your destiny, find your own path, right? And what you're doing is for love. It's for your love of yourself and love for the other party involved too. And it may not seem that way, especially to the other party, but it is meant for their best interest too. Okay? This is a difficult one, but we're going to move to the path of the serpent now. And as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. Right? And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. All right? I appreciate all of you. All right, general energy now. We've got the builder. We've got this Prince of Pentacles. You are perfectly capable of committing. And I think that you've been in this committed situation for a while. It's not beyond your powers to commit and to stick around and to show up every day. I think that you have been showing up every day, doing your absolute very best, and now it's time to have this conversation because you're not going to do that anymore, right? But it's not like you just kind of went no contact. It's not like you just kind of ghosted your boss and they're just like, where did they go? How come they're not showing up anymore? You're more thoughtful and responsible than that, right? So you're still showing up every day and putting in your very best effort, but we need to have this conversation because you don't want to do that anymore, But you're being very thoughtful and responsible about it. So you have the ability to commit and to build your life. Now, the idea here is that you want to build something that is closer to your essence, closer to your spiritual drives, right? And so we're trying to build a universe, a world that is unique to us. Maybe the Ten of Cups here, this was somebody else's world, right? And it's a fine world. You've got a fine world over there, but it's not yours. You didn't build it, right? Something like that. So I feel with the universe card here, this is kind of saying that you want your environment, you want your world to be of your own making, your decisions, a reflection of who you are, right? You want your kind of, you want your macrocosm to be a reflection of your microcosm, so to speak. Yeah. You want your world and your environment to be an accurate representation of what you're all about. So this card is about kind of a renewal, about building again, but it's also about completion and kind of wrapping something up. So again, it kind of goes with that theme of we've got to do the responsible thing here so that we can get on with our creative efforts, And I mean, maybe you're in a musical ensemble, right? And it's time for you to go and be a solo act or start your own band, something like that. It doesn't have to be romantic. That's my point here. It could very well be. Most likely it is to some degree, but this is career, creativity, it's art, it's music, it's all of it. It's a life reading, So we're finding some kind of closure with this current situation, and we are opened now to exploring and making mistakes on our own here. Now we're kind of this solo act we talked about the Knight of Wands. This is what we don't want, the kind of impulsive, I'm just going to run the other way and just going to ghost them. We're not doing that. We're more responsible. But now the Princess of Wands, this is exploring different mediums. This is like maybe you don't know what kind of genre of music you really are, So this is you kind of trying so many different things, experimental albums and, different flavors of things to explore and see what you like and to find your own voice. You don't have to be stuck in this kind of an already like well-defined genre. Maybe it's more of a fusion thing. Maybe you're kind of just blending a lot of styles together, but you have to explore that. And that's kind of the Eight of Wands that we talked about. And this is you out there doing that. And it may seem irresponsible. It may seem like, wow, they just are unhinged, right? But this is the trial and error. This is the experimentation. This is what you need. If you're going to learn about what you like and don't like and your style, your own voice, you have to go out and make mistakes. You have to go out and try things and fail at them, but they're not really failures, right? Because you're learning so much. And this is how you really are going to grow and mature into your own essence, really. Yeah. I want to look at the mystery card now. I know this has kind of been a short reading, but maybe a reading like this doesn't need to be drawn out and super long. Maybe that's the point. Maybe this has already been drawn out and super long, and now it's time to just take your breath and do it. Right? Take a deep breath and walk into the room and do what you need to do. As far as the mystery card, I don't know what this is going to be. I want to see maybe an Empress, maybe a 9 or a 10 of Pentacles. I think maybe some water energy though, right? Maybe we need the Star, your power card. Or a 9 or a 10 of Cups. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's take a look. Well, it is some water. It's the moon, right? It's the Pisces energy. This is what it all kind of comes down to, right? It is us choosing the safe, secure, home, kind of comfortable, familiar thing and wandering off into the wilderness by ourselves at night. How foolish, right? But that's life. That's adventure. This is kind of saying just that you're wandering into the darkness here on your own. You don't know what's out there. You don't know what it's going to be like. You don't know what's going to be on the other side of that wall. right? The other side of the forest there, the wilderness. You don't know where you're going to end up. But it's that exploration. It's of you facing your fears and going through that dark wilderness. That's the benefit. That's where the real value lies. All of the experiences that you are going to have out in this wilderness, you know. And there's the big change. This is the card that says there is a very abrupt change happening, a very distinctive kind of night and day change happening in your life. And it's not certain. It's not guaranteed. You can't even see clearly what is over there. It's just a blob of black. Yeah. But you're facing your fears. You're going into that. Yeah, with confidence. With this, we got fire energy up here, with confidence. You're bringing your torch, your own soul and consciousness and awareness, your own spirit. The only way to have certainty is to venture into the uncertain. The only way to know what you're made of is to go into that darkness and find yourself. Interesting. I wasn't expecting this reading for you today, but here it is. Now we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, click on the link up in the corner or down below in the video description. New readings for Aquarius are usually Mondays and Thursdays. This is a little bonus reading for you. But I'm here every day. You can come back and see me again tomorrow. That's quite all right. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. Leave some comments for me. I appreciate them. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.